Okay. All right, you ready? I'm gonna do the count. Actually, hold on 1 second.
To gain that, welcome to gain that.
Okay.
Oh,
Sorry.
Welcome to.
Yeah, my tab has a weird bug where the first time you play in any file like that day, it takes like 3 seconds and skips that 3 seconds, so I have to like fake play 2 seconds of it first. Okay.
I like it.
All right.
Okay, I have Audacity now, so it should be good.
All right.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to gain that tune.
Oh, yeah. We're back. Johnny, is it official? Are we back?
Yes, we're back.
We're back. It's Game That Tune, back in the house yet again. Currently free from technical difficulties. Oh, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy John Harrington here. We got John Regan. Say hey.
Hey, I'm here. So the technical difficulty free zone is not going to last long. I'm here. That's
why. We got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
And we got David Weiland. Say hey.
Hey.
Yeah. So, man, welcome to Game That Tune, everybody. It's the video game music guessing game where we pick 3 songs from a game, try and guess the game based on the songs, goof off, talk a lot of shit, have a lot of fun, and, I don't know, the winner is determined by not really the points that are scored. If you've been hanging out with us for the last few weeks, thank you for partaking in our, giving up of themes for Lent. It is now well past Holy Thursday, so Lent is motherfucking over. So, you would think, oh, well, they can have a theme again. But, as many of you may have known, there was a lost episode last week, so we're just doing last week's episode. It's going to be fucking great. So it's last free play for a while. We're going to have 5 fantastic games. We got a good fan request in here. And, I think that we're going to have a lot of fun. And then we're going to come back next week with a fantastic themed episode. So, Johnny, why don't you get us into... Yeah, exactly. I kind of forgot how to pick a theme. Is the theme video games? Is that too focused?
Yeah, that's pretty niche, John. I don't know.
Yeah, crap. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out when we get to the end of the game. So, Johnny, let's jump into game 1, man. Let's do this.
Game 1.
There it is. I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's very bloopy and fun.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you guys ready for some trivia?
Sure.
Please.
Yes.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
So let's see. One of the characters in this game is often incorrectly referred to as Captain Video. So in this game's sequel, they featured him as They featured Captain Video as an unlockable character.
Really?
All right.
Man.
I know some pretty hard trivia.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I have no joke to make about how this is the same way we opened last week's episode. Hopefully we can get through this discussion and continue the show.
This definitely hasn't happened before. It's just deja vu. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally not using the same picture I drew last week on a little thing.
Not at all. Not at all.
Let's see some answers. Fresh new answers. Everybody says Bit Trip Runner. And that is correct.
He read that really fast, didn't he? That was kind of surprising.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. I didn't even have to hold up my card.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the trivia, I never would have gotten this.
Yeah, exactly. Not a classic iconic soundtrack there by a cool video game band. Not at all, John?
No.
No, nobody likes. Who's that? Anamana something or other.
I know, I'm all hung up on the fact that I forgot to grab a pen.
The anime gooch, I think, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean,
and my man Maguchi.
They're definitely. They're definitely a good band. I just kind of think like the rhythm genre shouldn't be their thing. Maybe they should do like an indie like beat 'em up, maybe based off some established property like a comic or a movie or something.
That'd be pretty neat. I don't know how you'd be able to do that though and pull that off.
That's a pretty intriguing idea, and I think if there is a game like that, we should cover it a few weeks ago. I think that'll be good.
I think it would be so good that we should try covering it twice in the same episode.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Speaking of which, I also chose Bit Trip Runner. Yeah. It's the Anamanaguchi curse. When somebody picks an Anamanaguchi soundtrack, somebody else also picks it. It's just, strange the way the universe works. But yeah, man, Bit Trip Runner, John, this was originally a WiiWare game. I'm betting you didn't play it on that.
No, I played it on PC. I got it in a Humble Bundle.
Yeah, I know. I just I like reminding people that there was a time when Bit Trip Runner was a WiiWare exclusive. Back when WiiWare was a thing and Nintendo was, getting awesome, sick-ass exclusives for it. I guess
they were, weren't they? All of the Bit Trip games?
At one time, I think.
Just because there's 6 of them, but I think Runner's the only one that took off.
Oh shit! I didn't know there were 6.
Yeah,
I was just thinking of the 2 Runner games.
Because there's first time we. Oh, sorry.
No, I was gonna say because there's like Bit Trip Blast, Bit Trip Core, like they're all super weird rhythm games, and then like Runner came out and people were like, and it was the first game that wasn't just pixels and lines. It's like, oh, this is like a game. Okay. Yeah. And then everybody wanted that one.
This Captain Video really speaks to me. That's a story I can get behind. Yeah, man, I like this game a little bit. It's I don't know, it's one of those it's not obviously as hard and it's like frustrating as Super Meat Boy, but it's right up there. Like somehow I feel like maybe it's how white I am that I just don't have very much rhythm, but like I could not master this game and like get beyond the first few worlds of it with any with any sort of consistency. Like I gave it a shot, but I
didn't get past like level 2 in this game, but like luckily when he played music from this game, he played like the first world's music, or else I wouldn't have gotten this at all probably.
Yeah.
I think I spent about an hour just on that first level, just beating my head against it until I finally got it. So it's kind of hammered into my brain what that music sounds like.
I actually never played the original Bit Trip Runner. I've only played Bit Trip Runner 2. But fortunately, the soundtracks are very similar. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. But the first couple songs, those weren't like super Anamanaguchi soundtracks, right? Like songs, right? Like it was just that last one. John, help me out here.
Oh man, I'm blinking out right now. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
There's a dude being a jerk in the chat right now, and I've been prefixed on that for a little bit.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was trying to get you to participate in the show, man.
My bad.
Don't make us kill this whole brand new chat window. But
this is why we can't have nice things.
Yeah, exactly. This is why we can't have fans, because you chase them off. Every time somebody shows up and tries to say something nice about the show or maybe somebody else's show, you just tell them to fuck off. I don't, what is that, John? Jeez.
Yeah. Talking about video games here, damn it, not some YouTube shit.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I don't know. Bit Trip's good game.
Yeah.
Talk about it, John. You picked it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I love, the music's all really good, and I love how as you're running, your actions wind up syncing up to the beat of the music. Like, not just the beat, but to things that happen in the music, like cues, It is, it's just great. It's a great little game. I need to go back and finish it. I've only beaten, the first couple levels. There's a lot of levels in it, too, if I recall correctly. I think it's 90-something levels, or 900 levels. Or 9,000? No, I don't know.
I've seen.
I think it's probably closer to 90.
And I've only seen 2 of them.
But
yeah, I suck at that game, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's a great game. I really, it's a good, pick it up and you just start playing kind of game, which I like. And it's also the kind of game where, I don't have to sit there and spend 20 minutes trying to remember what the story up to this point was. You just do it. And that's really nice for me because I don't play games as often as I used to. So the less time I have to spend thinking about the story, the more time I get to just enjoy the game instead.
This is a good series for that.
Yeah.
Can you synopsize any portion of the Bit Trip Runner story?
Nope.
Because it's utterly unimportant.
There's bit trips in your running.
Yeah,
That's all I got.
Here's the bit. You don't want to trip over anything as you're running. That's pretty much the story. You just you run, you react to things, and then you continue to run and react to other things. And there's music and weird shit going on in the background. Boom, Bit Trip Runner. There's your story. But
I want to say there is an actual story connecting all of the Bit Trip games, but the story is basically Commander Video goes to a planet, weird stuff happens, he leaves, and then comes back. It's really simple.
Oh.
I like that. I mean, if the story is, there's one overarching character and it's, Commander Video, good enough for me. Here's this guy. He does things. Maybe you play them on WiiWare. Bit Trip. Cool. Keep cranking them out, and keep putting them in humble bundles and I'll keep playing them. But, yeah, man, dope-ass soundtrack, pretty fun game, that again, I don't think people remember originated on WiiWare, so a little feather in the cap for the Wii era. But yeah, man, tight pick. I think unless there's anything else that you want to throw out there on Captain Video and his Bit Trip running, I think we can move on to game 2, man.
All right.
Game 2.
Wow, that was fast.
This is really spastic. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
This sounds so familiar.
Yeah? Interesting.
I've narrowed it down to probably NES. So that's like 700 games it could be. So I'm feeling pretty good about this, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It really does narrow it down. I think. In the history of all video games, you've narrowed it down to a good guess of a system. But this game was actually released on 3 different systems, one of which was the NES. And so there are 6 objects to match in this puzzle game. They are a heart, a flower, a diamond, a checkerboard, a ring, and the titular character's head.
I'm sorry, say it one more time. There's a head? What?
Yeah. There are 6 objects to match in this puzzle game. Heart, flower, diamond, checkerboard, ring, and the titular character's head.
Okay. Oh man, barely enough time to write an answer down.
Yeah, man. You better think hard and fast.
Whew.
I think I got something maybe. I have no idea though.
I like it. It's, yeah, man. Just one of those games, man.
I know this isn't right, but it's all I got.
I love it. Let's see some answers. John Regan says, is the head Walt Disney? It's a fair question. It's not the title of the game. David Weiland says Yoshi's Forest. Incorrect. David Fleming says Yoshi's Cookie. That's correct.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yoshi's.
Is that the name of the... I thought it was Yoshi's Forest was the one that's like the weird matching game that I never played.
Oh, there's 2 NES matching Yoshi puzzle games. One is Yoshi's Cookie, and the other one's David. What's the title of the other one?
Yoshi.
Yeah, it's just Yoshi. Which was disappointing to me.
I was gonna say there's Wario's Woods too.
That's what I'm thinking of. Wario's Woods.
Exactly. They I don't know. You got to think alliteration with Wario. I don't know. Yeah, man. Yoshi's Cookie is it's David, have you played either of these Yoshi NES puzzle games?
I've never played Yoshi's Cookie. I actually owned Yoshi.
Ooh. Did you buy it because you thought it was going to be like a Yoshi platform game?
I remember getting it because I had played Super Mario World, and then I went to the store and I saw an NES game with Yoshi and thought, hey, Yoshi was awesome in Mario World. I want this game.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, gotcha, bitch.
I think that was their whole. I think that was their whole marketing strategy for that game.
Yes, I think exactly. It's like we've been working on this not great puzzle concept. How can we get it out there? Hey, everybody seems to like that new Yoshi that we just put out there in Super Mario World. Let's just make a game with him. Should we call it like Yoshi's stack and drop sandwich game or something? Nah, just motherfucking call it Yoshi. People will be more likely to buy it if they don't know it's a puzzle game.
I would definitely buy a game called Yoshi's Sandwich Game. Like, for sure.
I'd buy Yoshi's like blank, and the blank is always food. I would buy all of them. Like I like Yoshi's Cookie, so Yoshi's Sandwich probably pretty tasty.
Just call it like Yoshi's fuck you whatever, you're gonna buy it anyways.
Yeah, exactly. Yoshi's
like, well, shit, they got me. Wallet out. Okay, here you go.
Yoshi's half-empty Dr. Pepper.
Yeah. So
sponsored by
Dr.
Pepper.
Yoshi's half-empty Peb Extra.
Yoshi's Distillery.
The third-party one that you get. from China or something.
You can't just take the exact same joke and recycle it to that level. You gotta like change it a little bit. Like at least go with Sprite or Mountain Dew.
It's Kid Extra, so it's different. It's not like it's not a. It's as long as the soda doesn't have an honorific on it. It's
there's
totally
a licensing issue with David's joke. He doesn't support Dr. Pepper, so he needed to do the Pibb version of the joke.
Also drinking one right now too. So
very hacky.
It was right there.
Yeah, but yeah, man. I remember back in the day seeing Yoshi's Cookie at fucking Blockbuster and Albertsons and being like, oh, well, that appeals to me. I'm 6 or 7 years old. I like Yoshi. I like cookies. I should grab that and play it. Like, I don't know what it is. Exactly. I mean, it was marketed well towards children. Yoshi. Hey, people like Yoshi. Cookies. Kids like cookies. Yoshi's Cookie. Yeah. Sold. Okay. Sold. Sold American.
It has nothing to do with cookies at all, does it? Because it's like the backdrop is like a forest, and he's just dropping little shapes in each other and shit.
Are you thinking of
thinking
Yoshi?
About Wario's Woods?
Or Wario's Woods?
I've never played any of those ones.
Yeah, Wario's Woods takes place in the woods and stars Wario and does not feature Yoshi or cookies. One of the reasons which I don't like it. And then Yoshi is a game where you're actually, I think, playing as Mario, and you're spinning little things to try and match up, things, and then sandwich them into Yoshi eggs. That's Yoshi. Yoshi's Cookie takes place in an oven, and you're matching up cookies that are shaped like things.
Oh, okay.
And so, yes, it does involve cookies, motherfucker.
Yoshi is just straight up like Dr. Mario background with like piranha plants and shit in it. That's weird.
Yeah. Yes.
That's
it is.
Weird.
Yoshi was a weird ass game too, because it's a puzzle game that it's a stacking puzzle game. So you have to match stuff to make them disappear. But if you can stack a bunch of enemies inside of a Yoshi shell and then put the top on, it condenses down and hatches a Yoshi, which is the goal of the game. So I don't really understand why you can delete tiles if you're supposed to collect tiles.
Yeah, it's Yoshi was a very confused game. And I feel like they just kind of slapped Yoshi onto that. I want to say I heard somewhere that game originally was supposed to be hat themed, which kind of makes sense. But
I would have enjoyed it more if it was Yoshi's haberdashery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Yoshi's hat store. Sold.
You know what? Just speaking of Yoshi and the fact that you just collect weird enemies and put them in an egg, that always bothered me. Like, what the hell is Yoshi made out of? Like, just random shit tier enemies. like, what the hell?
Well, yeah, that's kind of true.
Hey, also, guys, fun fact trivia that I know all on my own, and definitely not from Patrick in chat. Yoshi was meant to be playable in NES, but the hardware wasn't able to handle it.
Yep.
Fun fact.
Sounds about right. Guess what? We don't need to reference chat anymore because it shows up in the live stream. So, boom.
Well,
leave it where it is.
Just on Facebook about it, and we're like, "Why'd you do that?" We're not gonna see this shit. But I mean, it was all me. It's my idea. I knew about it beforehand.
Exactly.
Because I'm great.
Just like that Dr. Pepper joke.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Dr. Pepper.
But yeah, man, Yoshi's Cookie is actually pretty fun. We haven't gotten to say anything about this fucking game. Yoshi's Cookie is actually pretty fun. You're switching around.
I'm going to tell you how I enjoy it, damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody shut the fuck up. I'm talking about Yoshi and cookies. Not really. I actually don't have strong opinions about this game, but it's pretty fun.
I just realized, there are a shit ton of Mario universe based puzzle games where you match shit up for the NES.
Are there?
But David, how many of them are Yoshi's Cookie?
Wario's Woods,
You're thinking
Dr.
Wario's
Mario,
goddamn
Yoshi,
Woods?
Yoshi Cookie.
You derail my thoughts on Yoshi's Cookie one more time with Wario's Woods. I swear to God, you're off the show.
David, what game title is on the stream right now?
Yoshi.
No.
It's Cookie.
It's Yoshi's Cookie.
Goddamn, son. I'm just trying to say that Yoshi's Cookie is pretty good and you match cookies. Can I say that? Can I? No? Fuck,
and
man.
Yoshi heads.
Yeah. Exactly. And Yoshi's head, which actually is also a cookie, which could be the titular Yoshi's Cookie.
I don't believe
it. Whoa, mind blown. fucking hey, man. It's an all right game. You match cookies. It's an interesting puzzle mechanic because it's all about you have to think horizontally and vertically. The cookies come at you from both sides, and you got to make either a line or a column and make things disappear. It's a fun little game. There's not much more that needed to be said about it. That's what I was trying to fucking get out.
Cookies coming at us.
They're shaped like things. The story is out of this world. Let me tell you. Those cutscenes in Yoshi's Cookie for the NES aren't even there on the SNES. Let me tell you about that opening cutscene. Let me set the stage for you. Mario walks in holding a jar of cookies. He can't open the jar. He walks away. Yoshi walks up to the jar of cookies, eats it. Mario sees Yoshi eat the cookies, chases him away with a hammer. Boom. That's your story. It's a classic, man. It's a fucking classic.
Call the Oscars.
He eats the glass and everything, that bastard.
Yeah, Yoshi has a pretty strong stomach. I don't know if you know, but he can eat you, digest you in like a split second, and give birth to you in a fucking egg of his own design.
Just going down the check mark boxes of all of my fetishes right there.
Yeah, exactly. That Japanese, fucking like anatomy lesson right there. Eat to egg in 0.3 seconds. Huh. Cool.
It's gotta hurt like a bitch coming out of it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Especially if you eat like a glass jar just shitting out like metal shards and stuff.
Nope. That's why they go in the egg.
Yeah, man.
Key to Yoshi's survival is being able to, pass things in an egg. Gonna get, walk it back from that topic a little bit. No, there's really not much else to say about this game, man. It was on the NES and the SNES and the Game Boy, and I'm surprised they haven't tried to repackage this one a number of times because it's a pretty fun little puzzle game. And I was thinking there's probably a remake of fucking Yoshi's Cookie out there, like fucking like Kirby's Avalanche came out as Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, all that shit. Like they re-released Tetris however many times with minor tweaks. There's probably a Yoshi's Cookie. No, not that I could really find. I'm probably wrong about that, but I'd say we should get back into the cookies. It's a fun overlooked genre, cookie-based puzzle games.
There was in Tetris DS. There was like a whole bunch of extra modes, and each one was themed to a different Nintendo game. Like there was a Metroid one, there was a Zelda one, and one of the modes was Yoshi's Cookie.
Nice. Good enough for me. I love Tetris on DS.
Yeah.
I never knew that I needed to be able to play Tetris online until I played Tetris on the DS. But that's not Yoshi's Cookie, and I've already scolded David Weiland enough. So before we start just talking about puzzle games we like, I think we should just move on to Game 3.
Game 3.
Love it. Sweet.
Yeah.
So this is our fan request for the week. Am I right?
Yes.
Sweet. I took it so long ago and got the music ready for last week's show that I was like, that sounds right. I'm like that. Yeah. That's that fan request. So this is the first game of its type for its system, and it is also the first game developed by this company to be released for a Nintendo system. Little developer release trivia there for you. So, I'm guessing you guys are struggling a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. Well, while you guys are struggling, I'll take time to thank our requester, Dell, frequent requester of good/obscure games. That's at Delition_Hikari on Twitter. He didn't specifically request it for this week. I went back through our backlog of requests. I was like, oh man, I know it's not the 1997 theme anymore, but I'm taking that request now. That's going on the show.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and that just killed my guess.
I'm keeping my guess. Fuck it.
Okay,
I'm not
man.
Gonna get it, but I'm just gonna stick with what I had.
Let's see some answers. David Fleming says Golden Sun, incorrect. David Weiland says Breath of Fire, incorrect. John Regan says Snakes on a Plane 64. Damn, I wish that was correct.
Fun, damn.
Yeah, this unfortunately is not Snakes on a Plane 64. This is Mischief Makers for the Nintendo 64.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And the O's come cascading in.
No's for me, because I definitely don't know this.
Too. Damn it.
Dude, Mischief Makers is dope.
This was one of those games I always saw walking past it, like in Blockbuster. Never actually played it. It just like it looked weird, and I was like, "That looks fucking weird." And I'm like, "But this is also like Zelda here. I'm gonna take this instead tonight."
I feel like it came out in the first few months of the like Nintendo 64 life cycle, and then was just somehow stolen from Blockbuster, or never returned, or was just always on like always checked out, because it took me a long time to play this game, and by the time I did, I'm like, God damn, how did it take me so long to play this game? Like, this was a pretty early ass Nintendo 64 game. Like, it came out in 1997. And, you know, it was completely different than the other things that were going on in the Nintendo 64. David, care to tell them why?
Because it was a 2D game.
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah, the Nintendo 64 was all about those 3D models and those polygons and shit. And this was a 2D platformer that, you know, happened to use, you know, 3D-ish models. But yeah, it was like, oh yeah, I forgot I like games like this. Like, huh.
I'm okay with only 2 directions. That's all right.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
need 3.
Yeah, I mean, you know, 4 directions max. You know, left, right, throw a little up, down in there. You know, now we're talking, man. Now we're really cooking.
Oh,
yeah. Like, the cover for it just looks super anime too. I remember, like, I'm looking at it again, just like I was like, "What is this? This looks so fucking weird."
It made you want to play. It looked like lemmings with like jetpacks on. It was like, "Yep, count me in."
Yeah.
You know, I'm into it. John, what directions did you think I was talking about?
Well, because I didn't mean directions. I meant axes, right? So I mean left and right, forward, back. So when you said 4, like that really blew my mind. Like, whoa!
Yeah, I like my games in 4 dimensions. Thank you. Yeah, I'm a very complicated gamer, especially on the Nintendo 64.
Just thinking about that, like, yeah, we need those games, you know, with that X, Y, Z, and temporal.
Yeah, the temporal.
Prince of Persia.
Yeah, Blink the Time Sweeper, baby. Oh shit. But yeah, man, Mischief Makers. It's you know, I feel like this game, I don't understand why this one hasn't been remade in some form. Like, this game was definitely something different on the Nintendo 64. You're playing as Marina, who is a, you know, robot maid.
A place where boats are kept.
Say what?
You're playing as Marina, a place where boats are kept.
Yeah. The game does not take place in a marina. You play as a series of docks moving through this alien world, collecting boats. You know, that's the mischief to be made. Thank you. That's the marina portion of our show. But yeah, and you know, it's it's been a long time since I played it. I tried downloading it a little while back and playing it on the computer, and it's like, oh right, I don't have a controller that properly emulates Nintendo 64 controls. This is going to be a struggle. Like, that console had a few buttons. But yeah, it's like there's one main mechanic in that game, and they use it to do everything. It's like grab stuff and shake the shit out of it. Okay, yeah, cool. Let's just make a game centered around that one mechanic, and yeah, they do a pretty good job of it, man. It's weird, it's colorful. The world is bizarre. It's set in like this alien world, and like it's strange because it's this 2.5D platformer. And all the blocks and things, like, oh, you're going to the amusement park next. And it's like these real abstract shapes. Like, it's all blocks with like weird glowing faces in them. It's a really weird fucking art style. And, you know, the characters are a little bit grotesque besides, you know, fucking Marina. Like, I don't know, man. It's a weird little game, but the gameplay on it, the platforming and the shaking is, it's pretty great. You know, that's, I'm waiting for somebody else to jump in here.
I've never played it.
It's a treasure game, isn't it?
It is. That's see. Thank you, David. That's why I needed you to jump in, as it segues to my my trivia. This game was made by fucking Treasure. Johnny, are you familiar with Treasure?
Yes, I am. They did Gunstar Heroes.
They did, John. Yeah. Well done. And Dynamite Heady, and also some other stuff. So yeah, this was the first Treasure game to be released on a Nintendo system, and I thought that was cool
which is a good thing that they did, because then they partnered again and made Sin and Punishment, and that game's incredible.
Bingo. That is correct. Actually, I probably should have looked at what they did after this. All I did was look at what they did before. It's like, oh man, Gunstar Heroes, that was a good game. Maybe I should use that. Oh no, fuck yeah, Mischief Makers. That's the game I'm using, and that's all the treasure history I'm looking up. Well, see you later.
Looks like in terms of NES or Nintendo games, they've only done this one, Sin and Punishment its sequel, and then Wario World.
Also
I
good.
I forgot they did Wario World.
Wario World was a lot of fun back in them games.
Hell of a lot of fun.
Love me some Wario, man. But yeah, so good game from a cool developer who I think they're still in business. I don't know what they're doing these days, but Nintendo needs to get them back into the fold. Like we need the I don't know, Mischief Makers DX for the fucking Switch or something. Like this game is just I don't know, it seems too unique to be lost to fucking time. Like come on, like just bring it back. Anime the art style up, and just bring it back for a new generation. I practically demand it. John, do me a favor, kidnap the CEO of Treasure.
Okay.
And bring it to me. Thank you.
Step ahead of you.
Thank God. Next Patreon goal, set of jumper cables. So, yeah. And, the composer on this one, Pat in the chat has been raving about the composer of the game because it's got very distinct instrumentation. I didn't really pick up on that. But does anybody know some of the other games that the composer Norio Hansawa also composed?
I'm going to go with Gunstar Heroes.
Damn it.
Sin
Good
and
guess.
Punishment. Dynamite Heady. Guardian Heroes.
Definitely Gunstar Heroes and Dynamite Heady. Not sure about the Guardian Heroes. Yes, no one Sin and Punishment. The one that I was thinking of was not from his Treasure days. It's from his The Simpsons arcade days.
Oh shit!
Oh
wow.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
God, that's
guy. He's got a diverse little portfolio of video game music. Some really frenetic shit, and then like for this, just some really interesting Nintendo 64 shit. I like it. I like it a lot. So, man, yeah, it's a cool game. I don't know. There's David Fleming is the only other one that played it. Any other thoughts on Sin? Or I almost said Sin and Punishment. Mischief Makers, or you can talk about Sin and Punishment. Let's talk Sin and Punishment. Show derailed.
No, Mischief Makers is awesome. I've only played a little bit of it, but it's one of the kinds of games that I really like because I love those games that have like one core mechanic and then everything is built around that, like everything.
Yeah. I love it. Literally, you're like grabbing shit and shaking it to like teleport and solve puzzles and shit. It's like, grabbing enemies and shaking them, grabbing things and shaking them. Grabbing things and shaking them and making you jump farther. Like the game's about grabbing and shaking, which I guess you could say is mischievous, because that's what you do. You make mischief by grabbing things and shaking them on a weird planet as a robot made. It's a weird game. It's delightful. But yeah, so thanks again to Dell for the request. Sorry that we didn't use it on the 1997 episode, but I'm glad that we got to bust back into it now. So fuck yeah, man. Let's make a little mischief of our own and move on to the next game. Boom.
Game 4.
like it.
Yeah.
Seeing the intensity of David's face there, I'm guessing we need some trivia.
That's interesting.
It's just a question of which one is it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is probably going to give it away then. This is one of the few direct sequels in the entire game series. This one takes place 3 years after the events of the first game, and due to some clever programming and compression tools made by a former president of Nintendo, they're able to actually fit in the entire area from the first game, too.
There's the rub.
Okay, so I think we're ready. I think he might have left for a second to go get his copy of the game.
Cool. Let's act like it's something different. Yeah.
Just funny, because I did the exact same thing earlier, actually. I left it. You didn't see that.
Wow, I can't believe while David was gone that David Weiland revealed what this game was. No, I'm kidding.
All right, let's see some answers, guys.
You guys suck at this.
Got Pokemon Gold and Silver, Pokemon Gold and Silver, Pokemon Gold and Silver. You guys are all correct. Pokemon Gold and Silver.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, thank goodness.
My Tavos is like, I'm not responding, John.
Oh, man. So, Pokemon. Maybe you've heard of it.
There it is. There it is.
Pocket monsters, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah.
This might be the one game that I was the most hyped for as a kid. Because, I was in 4th grade when Pokemon Red and Blue first came out, the anime and all that stuff. I was on the hype train hard for that. And then, this is kind of before the internet was really big in my house. We didn't have, internet really yet. So it's just hearing the rumors about shit, everything coming out in Pokemon Gold and Silver, like Pika Blue, which they called in a couple of things, but it's not fucking Pika Blue. His name's Meryl.
I was just gonna say, I remember when this game came out, all the rumors and all the speculation, and I remember Pika Blue.
I remember Pika Blue. I remember people saying you can get a skateboard in this game instead of a bicycle. That's not fucking true at all. Piece of shit.
That's severely disappointing.
Yeah, that'd be fucking cool as shit. You're like, yeah, there's gonna be a skate park. You can fucking skate and shit. I'm like, hey, yeah, it sounds cool.
I'm just imagining doing skateboard tricks off an Onyx.
Yes. Why haven't they made Pokemon skateboarding yet? Come on, this practically writes itself.
Ash Ketchum Pro Skater.
Yeah.
I totally play the shit out of that, man. Oh. Just make your Ditto into a skateboard. It's please stop, this hurts. And it's shut up, asshole.
Poor little guy.
Yeah, man, this game, one of the few games that actually follows a storyline from the game before it. There's only 2 games in the entire Pokemon series that have done that. It's Pokemon Gold and Silver and then Pokemon Black and White, too.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of cool, yeah. People kind of forget about that one because I think Gen 5 kind of wasn't really as popular, But man, dude, this game is fucking cool as shit.
when you go back... I mean, in Gold and Silver, when you go back into the region from Red and Blue, or Red and Green, or whatever, the gym leaders change. Some of them are older, and some of them have completely left, right?
One of them is actually in the Elite Four now, which I didn't realize as a kid playing through, but I played again recently in the remake they did, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And Koga, the poison guy, is actually in the Elite Four in Gold and Silver, so his daughter takes over for him as a Pokemon gym leader.
I was hoping that Lieutenant Surge got promoted to Corporal or Admiral Surge, and got to move into the Elite Four. But,
he's still around though. He's a
why? So why would an Army lieutenant become an admiral in the Navy?
Man, he was near the SSN. I thought he was the Navy guy. He's over there underneath that truck.
I'm just realizing
Admiral Surge.
I'm just realizing how much I wish that Surge was a product placement for that soda. That would be amazing.
You caught a wild surge.
It's delicious and caffeinated.
Yeah, exactly.
And then similarly, Jolteon is sponsored by Jolt Cola.
Also good. Man. Yeah, my sad confession is I never played Pokemon Gold and Silver at all.
Man, dude, you are missing out.
Yeah, I think I know that now. But at the time, it's I think somehow Pokemon already. I'm over it. And then I started seeing the new Pokemon that were coming out, and for some reason, I really keyed in on some of those dumbass Pokemon, on down into the Gen 2 Pokedex. And it's I don't know about this.
Some of them are they weren't wonky looking.
They weren't promoting it with Pineco on the cover. I get that you don't have to include him in your team, but it's that's just a pine cone. And his name is Pineco. Why? That's not very creative at all.
Even in Gen 1, they still had stuff. It's okay. This one's called Volt Orb. What is it? It's an electric orb. Fuck you.
Yes.
What does it do? Well, it's got volts in it. It's an orb. I don't know.
It's a ball and it shocks you. It's got volts. Volt Orb.
What's its evolution? Oh, watch this shit. Watch this shit. On evolution. Ta-da.
Yeah, done.
That's what drives me nuts when people are oh, the new Pokemon, they're horrible designs. Have you actually gone back and looked at the first few gens? Really looked at them? Pineco or Execute. It's just a bunch of eggs and one of them's broken.
Yeah. I like it.
Broken egg is a metaphor for me, man.
Which generation has that one Pokemon that's just a keyring full of keys?
It's Gen 6.
Gen 6.
And this is actually based out of Japanese folklore. It's a little fairy that steals your household items just to fuck with you. So It kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I like the version where some executive was just looking around his desk for Pokemon ideas. Oh,
yeah,
Gary.
I don't know
Lamp,
shit.
Lamp Lord.
There we go. Fuck you.
Half-drunk water bottler.
Yeah, exactly. Pib Extra. No, that's no good. But yeah, I mean, it's like, I'm not, that's the thing. I'm not like super down on it anymore, but I just still never got into it. But like at the time, it's like, come on, really? That's all you got? Porygon 2? You just it's just a slightly rounded Porygon. Come on, man! Like, you gotta.
He's got a higher polygon count on him now or something.
Yeah, exactly. Which is ironic because he was on the fucking Game Boy anyway. But like, yeah. But yeah, it's like Hitmontop and like Milk Tank. Something about Milk Tank rubbed me the wrong
Tank's
way.
An asshole in the game too.
It's a cow that's taken way too much glee in having very full udders. Like, I never played the game, so I know there's probably not a lot of nipple play in the game, but it just looks like it's ready to like just spray you with milk.
Hold on a second, because I'm gonna let you finish with that thought. But there's actually a move that does called Milk Drink, where it just takes its udders and just just drinks milk out of its own udders to regain hit points.
God
I remember heating.
I guarantee you, somebody has made porn of that exact move.
I could probably find it right now while we're doing the stream. I kind of want
Let's
to.
not.
No.
Should never have brought Milk Tank into this.
Not necessary.
I've never played Gold and Silver either, but I've heard that it's like most people consider it one of the best Pokemon games, and I've also heard legend tell that one of the gym leaders has a Milk Tank that's like nearly impossible to defeat.
Yes, nice. I never had a problem with her as a kid because I always got a fighter type Pokemon by that time, and fighting type moves destroy normal type. But this thing, what it does is it does defense curl and then it does rollout. And if you do defense curl before you do a rollout, your moves hit a lot harder. So it basically just rolls into you and just beats the shit out of you. And then once you get its health down, it just milk drinks back up again. It's just like, fuck you.
Well, see, here's the thing, because the fighting type drinks the milk. Makes a protein shake, and
bingo. Yeah.
And then you beat the gym.
I'm glad they gave Milk Tank defense curl and not harden, because with all those nipples, it would just get too weird.
Gets like an ice cream and stuff. It's like, oh yeah, bitch, we're coming for you.
Yeah, exactly. Doink, 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 doink.
Yeah. That's the point where it's just like Milk Tank used harden, and you just see like the rival trainer. Nope.
It's like, I'm done. See you later.
Yeah.
Quit.
Yeah. Yeah, back to the ball, Milk Tank.
One of the first areas you get in the game too is a ghost tower. So you get like a ghost type Pokemon, and like all the normal type moves it tries to use on it, it's just like, bitch, like you got nothing. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the trivia I was given earlier though, former president Iwatawa, is that how you say his name? Iwata. He was actually a pretty big programmer back in the day too and stuff, and one of the reasons where they're able to fit the entire region from the first game in this one was that he made some compression tools to basically like make everything fit in there nicer. Nice. So without him, you would have gotten not Kanto region again, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah. And that's why I feel bad that I never played it, because it's like it's like a double game. Like, okay, yeah, you did this whole new game, and you get to go back through the world that you already knew, and do it again. Like, that seems cool. But yeah,
it's also kick-ass too, because your character from the first game, like, he's actually the end boss of this game, and he's a fucking monster. Like, his Pokemon are like level like 85 or so, and like the last guys you fight are like level 60. So it's like the grind to get from like the last gyms up to him is just hell.
It'd be great if it mined the data out of your previous like Pokemon Blue and Red game and just used literally you against you, like all your level 100 rare candy out Pokemon. I was actually
looking up shit for this game, and they wanted to do that, but they couldn't figure it out in time, and they were trying to push the game out.
So fucking cool! Like, you get to the end, it's like, wait a minute, I'm me.
Shit, I'm fighting 6 Missignos. What the fuck do I do?
Yeah. Crap.
They had the time machine concept, right? So that's what they called the tool to bring in Pokemon from the previous game. So, it feels like they're building up to that.
Basically, like the time machine, they called it that, I think, because if you tried to get guys from the second game, put it back in the first game, you couldn't do that because they have new moves and stuff and new types and everything. So it was a one-way travel to the new game. This is also the first game, too, that has a roaming legendary Pokemon, which you have to find on the map. I can never actually find them as a kid because I sucked at it. But like basically they would have guys where it'd have like a little map and stuff in your Pokemon gear that shows you like where they're at, and they would move around. Like each time you went to like a new area, they'd move too. And you occasionally just would run into like a guy that's like level 40. It's like a big ass like beefy dog monster thing that you have to fight.
Yep, I was going to say, also, legendary dogs instead of birds always struck me as odd, though I think the designs on the legendary Pokemon from Gold and Silver are pretty cool.
They're pretty damn cool, yeah. But goddamn, these guys are assholes. They just run immediately. Like, you throw like one Pokeball that's just like, bust. Like, no, fuck you. It just runs. Like, bitch.
Yeah, I prefer the legendaries that stand at the end of a dungeon, and you can go glitch out and get a bunch of Master Balls and catch them that way. I like to know when I'm encountering my legendaries.
Yeah. This was one of those games too where I don't think there was a missing no code in this one, or like not an easy one to get like in the first game. So actually trying to beat this game as a kid, it kicked my ass.
Well, I'd believe it.
It's a damn good game, though. It's weird, too, seeing the first region 3 years later, because, like, a lot of kind of bittersweet stuff's happened. Like, people have moved on.
Ash's dad never came home.
Yeah, Ash's dad never came home, but he's basically, like, he did, like, the whole thing like a kung fu, like, master, like, goes up into the mountains to train forever and, like, take a vow of silence or whatever,
But what of Gary?
Kind of kick-ass. Gary's actually a gym leader now. He took over his dad's... He took over Viridian Gym after Giovanni left to go in hiding after Team Rocket gets disbanded.
You know way too much about this.
Man.
Cool, too. Like, I've played the shit out of this game, man.
Like, I'm sitting here like, this is the one that had a clock, right? Like,
There's a clock. It said day and night, right? And eggs.
About that, too, by the way. If you still have your old cartridge and it's still functioning... look up online how to switch out the batteries in it, because those things will die on you, because I've lost my data for my Pokemon game.
Nice.
All the Pokemon, all the games just use batteries for saving, and they would do
it uses like a watch battery, basically, to like do the time and stuff, but since it's always doing the time, it's always running even when it's off and shit, to be able to like tell what time it is, so it just drains over the years.
I probably never anticipated people still playing the game 17 years later.
Basically, yeah.
Oh, jeez. But,
like,
yeah, man.
Get your shit together, Nintendo. You're not putting in batteries the last 50 years? What the hell?
Yeah, jeez.
Yeah, it's just like, this is
really should have worked out.
Also the nostalgia, you find it like 15 years later, you're like, oh boy, my childhood Pokemon game. What kind of nicknames they give them? That sounds like a lot of fun. Let's find out. They're all gone. Okay.
Aw. You don't get a glimpse into early 2000s David's mind via Pokemon nicknames, because, man, we gave our Pokemon some great nicknames back in the day.
I had some pretty stupid ones. I think my Blastoise was named Bubbles.
Yep.
I had a Charizard named Mr. Kitty.
Mr. Kitty.
I know you did.
Yeah.
I deleted that Charizard.
So this game introduced breeding, right?
Yeah, this is actually the first one that had breeding too. Yeah.
Cool.
God damn it.
That's not cool, actually. Like, I always find it funny that like the guys that you like run past in the daycare, they're like, "Hey, we found an egg. No idea where it came from." Like, you know where it fucking came from. Those things have been fucking like you've been watching them nonstop, man. You sick old bastard.
Awesome. Well, yeah. Anyway, cool, man. Yeah, Pokemon Gold and Silver are dope. They need to be re-released. I mean, they just re-released the first set of Game Boy Pokemon games on 3DS, right? Like, why not release these?
Games. I'm hoping they do it with Gold, Silver, and Crystal, because I never played Crystal before, and that'd be kind of cool to actually get a chance to play that one again.
It'd be terrible if like there was something standing in the way of releasing this, and it's something like the fucking time, like. They can't like release the fucking Pokemon Gold and Silver for 3DS because they can't accurately keep the time. That would be terrible.
Did you see?
They're able to find some workarounds for it for the first one, because they actually even left in all the glitches and shit from the first game, like in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow.
So somebody actually came up with a hack for Pokemon Red and Blue for 3DS. It's kind of amazing. Like, it works on the original game and the 3DS one, and it is a virus that you can actually transfer to other game saves. And it lets you pick exactly what Pokemon you want in your inventory, so, specifically so you can upload them to the Pokemon Bank. Like, so you can
damn, that's cool.
Yeah. So you can get all the Gen 1 Pokemon into your Pokemon Bank without actually having to really play the game a whole lot. But you have to have like a modded 3DS and blah, blah, blah. Like, you have to have a way to load up a custom save. But it's crazy because you go into the trading thing with another guy on 3DS, and you can infect his game. Like, it's the first ever Pokemon virus that I know of. Like, real virus, not the fake missing no virus that everybody said was a virus.
There's also another one, too, in the games called Pokerus, which you can find randomly in the wild, and it makes your Pokemon grow up faster and have better stats. And that one you could, I got it on Pokemon Gold, and I had no idea what the fuck it was, because they never actually explained what the hell it does. So I think what happened was I got it once, and it said your Pokemon's got a virus. I'm like, oh shit, no, reset.
Nice.
And I didn't realize it was actually a good thing.
Only in Pokemon are viruses a good thing. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. But yeah, point is they need to do some re-releases on these, because I think people might still like Pokemon, and I think people might want to play these games.
That's a bold statement, John.
I know. That's my dynamite hot take for the day. People still like Pokemon.
That's my shoe-in of the week.
Yeah, that's a big shoe. John, game 5.
All right, moving on.
Game
Lock of the week.
All right. David looks very pleased with himself right now. And John looks very
never
upset.
Have too much. You just could never have too much Pokemon on a show, I guess.
Is it Pokemon? So, that song should hopefully sound familiar to Game That Tune mixtape aficionados.
Fuck.
What?
So, anybody want a little trivia?
Well, now I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, I thought this was going to be a lot easier for you, so my trivia is kind of bullshit. Trivia for this game.
Fuck.
This is the portable one.
That's it.
That's
trivia.
awesome. Thanks, David.
David Weiland's fucking face right now.
Man. It's like there's like 10 games I never played. They're like the side games for Pokemon, you know. And I had down to like 2 of them, and neither of them were on a fucking handheld system.
Yeah, you keyed in real hard on that Pokemon music, huh?
I mean, you should have been listening to the other music. It sounds like the other music comes from like wholly separate series.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hint, hint.
That last song's from a, game and character that kind of sounds like Pokemon if you say it with some kind of racist accent. But I'm not going to do that. Yeah.
I feel good. I feel like David's trivia, like he told us what the game is, basically. It's
totally. Yeah. Stop just short of naming the game.
Well, because, see, when I played those first 2 songs, I figured everybody would kind of go, so I say, it's the portable one.
Doesn't happen to have the word Gale in it, does it?
For the future of the show, I call dibs on the non-portable one, and I'll show you how it's done. Okay. Let's
see some answers.
Yes.
Fuck, I know I fucked it up.
You know what? Okay, so David Weiland says Pokemon Conquest, which is incorrect. John Regan says the portable one, and I'm going to give him credit for that. John Harrington has the correct answer, which is Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah.
Oh, you a bitch.
Come on, my tablet.
Oh, God, John.
God damn it. There it goes. Oh, damn it.
There it is.
What the hell? Okay. Oh, jeez. I have to look at a different soundboard solution. Shit.
Jeez. Can't even escape a functioning episode without, some kind of technical difficulty. Whatever. Not talking about that. We're talking about Smash Brothers, motherfucker. Oh, man.
3DS.
I've even got it right the fuck here. I was looking at it as I was writing my answer down. Like, what Pokemon games are portable? I think she was like right there looking at me like, come on, asshole.
Yeah,
like,
please tell me that was... I guess it was there the whole time.
It was literally sitting right the fuck here in front of me as I was writing this answer down.
Well done, sir. I'm going to dock you all your points.
All
man.
Right to choose like a song exclusive to the Nintendo 3DS version. And there's only like 3 or 4, and they're good. But then I said, no, you know what? I just want to play the songs that I really, really like in this game.
Good call. I was thinking, you could have picked something from like the 3DS exclusive stages, but they reuse a lot of those songs for the Wii U version anyway. I'm like, man, that Full Steam Ahead, that Spirit Tracks music, that's the shit. Oh, wait, that's in the Wii U version too.
No, it's because I actually looked it up, and there's the music in the like Street Pass mode mini game that nobody ever played.
That makes sense.
The 2 songs on the Find Me stage didn't carry over, and I think that's about it.
That sounds about right. Because
different mini games for the 3DS version. I remember that much because
I
played those ones, and I didn't play any of like the of the actual Wii U version of it really because I didn't have the Wii U version of it.
Missed out.
Yeah.
Street Smash was pretty fun, man. That was a pretty good little Street Pass game. But yeah, man, I gotta say, I dropped the 3DS version for good whenever the Wii U version came out. I haven't played the 3DS one in quite some time.
It's hard to get the controls for it in the 3DS, right?
I mean, yeah, I thought it controlled pretty well. I just have big hands. Yeah. And it just, like that 3DS. Yeah, it's
kind of cramp you up after a while and shit,
Yeah, and I had the old 3DS, so I didn't have like the C stick, didn't have my Smash stick, so it's just not my preferred method of playing Smash Brothers, but it was a lot of fun, and I feel like I got the most out of it before the Smash Brothers for Wii U came out. So
it definitely got the itch scratched for Smash Brothers until the actual like good version came out.
Hey, it's not I'm not saying good version because they're both good versions. No, fuck that. Versions, yeah. But I prefer the
better version though. I guess.
I was gonna say. Apparently, I'm the dissenting opinion here because I love Smash Brothers Wii U, but I think I slightly prefer the 3DS version.
I enjoyed it, but my problem was like the controls were kind of weird on it. It was small. It made my hands cramp when I played it for a while. And also like that little C stick on the new 3DS, it's really like it does not like to move very much. So like any game that like utilizes that and makes that be like your main thing to do a certain move, like it does not like to control very well.
Well, see, here's the thing. It wasn't the main thing to do a move. It was like an optional stick flick.
Yeah.
And I never had it, so that wasn't an issue for me.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not saying either one version's better than the other. Literally, I'm riding the fence on this one. I like both versions for what they are. I just played the Wii U version a lot more once it came out because it looks very nice on a TV, and I like the online mode, and I like sitting and looking at it at a large TV instead of a 3DS. That's it. I'm not the portable gamer that David Fleming is. That's those are my arguments in favor of the Wii U version.
I will say too though that points for it that are good for it is that I always have a controller for Smash Brothers just lying around with me and shit if I'm going to like a convention or something like that.
Very true.
That was pretty cool, yeah. Like going to con and stuff, and you see like 7-man game of Smash Bros. Going like, oh shit, there's room for this. Like fucking pull my shit out. Got this right here, man.
It'd be great if you just did that without telling them. It's like, who the fuck is David? What? And then you're just back there like,
guy's name is Dick Butt. Why is he kicking our butts?
Yeah, how'd he get in here?
When I playing DDD.
But yeah, I love Smash 3DS. I really like Smash Run. That
was a cool little mini game for it, yeah.
It's super fun to explore like that area and power yourself up, and I love the fact that you're fighting all of the enemies from all of the random games. Like, I love beating up on Mets and Shy Guys and then fighting a Reaper from Kid Icarus Uprising. Like, that makes me happy.
Cool, actually.
Actually, like, I know that the stages in the Wii U version are, like, better just because there's more new ones. And there are some really, really good Wii U stages, but I like a lot of the stages in 3DS. I like the Rainbow Road stage. I like the Reset Bomb stage.
Oh, yeah. I'm just trying to remember like which ones are actually 3DS exclusive ones now, because I've only played the 3DS version really like hard, I guess, you know?
There's also Balloon Fight. There's the Spirit Track stage. There's the F-Zero stage that's like the Super Nintendo version of F-Zero, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like that stage a
Balloon Fight's
lot.
pretty fun. Isn't that like you basically just like the little like platform with like the water underneath it and shit? If you fall down to it, you die, kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. Actually, I like that level.
Yep. Trying to remember too. You know, the 3DS one had the like Kirby's Dream Land, like Game Boy colored stage, which I thought was pretty fun.
That was really cool.
Oh,
I liked
yeah.
that one a lot. Yeah.
It's got the Nintendo stage where you fight on top of the toys while dogs play in the background, which is adorable.
I don't like that one because I don't like how the shapes drop in and beat your ass. That always, yeah. And I like the Earthbound stage in that one. It was super weird. It's like the Magic Hand stage. Everything's pink and it's
also, have,
bizarre.
Like,
and you can get the partner to fight with you, the little Birdman.
Yeah. I also really like the Pac-Man stage in this game where you're fighting inside of a Pac-Man arcade cabinet.
Oh, that one's a lot of fun, actually. But that one's not actually on the Wii U version?
No, the Wii U version is like a scrolling...
Yeah.
Yeah, because like, the 3DS version is actually... Okay, like... I know I was talking shit earlier, but this one actually had some really cool maps on it. I will admit that.
Yeah.
I like Smash Brothers. And
cool,
and
John.
Opinions.
Dynamite drop it.
I played a Smash Brothers once.
Jump in, John. What do you think?
So
I smashed a brother.
So I wait.
Phrasing.
So I have this for 3DS and I actually really like it. My one complaint is the fact that the 3DS is so tiny. Like I wish I had some kind of external controller grip things I could put on, you know, like to make it more comfortable. Because my hands cramp real bad only after like 10 to 15 minutes. It's really frustrating.
It'd be pretty great if this were on some kind of handheld system that also doubled as a home system with detachable controllers that you could kind of use to play your own way.
That would be nice.
John, now you're talking crazy talk.
I know. If only there were some kind of forthcoming Ultimate Edition of Super Smash Bros. 4 where it combines almost everything from the 3DS and Wii U versions onto a newer both portable and home console system.
But if they did that, they'd have to add like a handful of new characters to keep it fresh and interesting.
Yes, I mean, they could definitely have the DLC characters available from the get-go, but they would also need to, freshen up the roster with a couple of new characters, couple of classic characters. You know, I don't know if they would ever announce this in any forthcoming large video game press event to which we were not given credentials.
Did we apply?
Yes.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I don't think we technically applied because our good friend Shiggy, we figured we had an in, but Shiggy kind of dropped the ball on that one.
We were expecting you to just show up and have Shiggy let us in through a side door, and
yeah.
So you just get like the one pass in stuff, then you come in, then we'll get someone else out with a pass and give it to you.
It's perfect. Yeah, Shiggy's the mastermind of our whole scamming our way through E3. But now, obviously, whatever I was just hinting at is in no way a thing yet. But man, oh man, I'm hoping that
it's a thing.
It's got to be a thing, right?
It's a thing. It's a fucking thing.
It'll be a little disappointing for me if it's not just like a new full-fledged like version of Smash Brothers, but at the same time, like I could deal with like an Ultimate Smash Brothers 4 on the Switch. That would be pretty fucking dope.
Yeah, like Smash 4 Alpha or something.
Just considering, like what you can do with the Switch in terms of like meeting up and doing like, local, like Wi-Fi multiplayer, like get the 8-player Smash going with your boys, wherever you go, to fucking Mickey D's or whatever. Everybody meets up at their Switch and plays some 8-player Smash. Get Smash Run on a home console system, like, yeah, that's the main thing I want. I want Smash Run and Smash Tour. And I want to be able to play it with other people from a home console system. I want the levels that I didn't get from the 3DS version on my TV. And throw in a few new characters for good measure. John, come on.
John, is there anything you don't want?
Reading?
Man,
I want everything.
John. I never think about the things I don't want.
I do remember reading somebody pointing out that the Switch dock has, I think, 2 USB ports, so the GameCube adapter will work on the Switch.
Oh yeah,
people fucking love GameCube controllers for this game. Like there are dudes that carry their own GameCube controllers to conventions and shit just to be able to throw down Smash Brothers.
Yeah. I've got the adapter. I've got my GameCube controller. I know about it. Yeah, it's the only control my brother will play with when he comes over. It's like, I still like my my Wii U Pro controller. I got plenty used to that, and it's a good controller. But some people, they need the classic. They need the GameCube in hand.
Melee definitely has a very strong crowd that, like, any game passed and they're like, well, fuck that. We're still doing the Melee controls for this shit.
Well, why the fuck would you play Melee with anything not a Melee controller? Like, what are we talking about here?
I mean, like, any game after Melee, like Brawl or Smash 4, they'll still do, like, the setup they had for Melee and stuff just because they're so... I don't know.
Right.
Are those the same guys that like bring their own CRT TVs with them to play on? And
probably
just having a backpack and shit. I've actually seen that at a convention now that you fucking mention it.
Oh god.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, like I was just walking through a convention. I think it was Holiday Matsuri a couple of years ago. There's just guys in the fucking hallway with like a goddamn like small like portable TV playing Smash Melee. And I'm like, what the? Like, all right, cool.
I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there. Fuck Melee. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
Although, seriously.
You did bring up an interesting point, John, and it brings a question that I would like to ask. So let's pretend, just like make believe that they're making, a Switch port of Smash Brothers. Who's the one character?
Who inspired this question? Was it me? And is the question, what's your favorite brand of CRT TV? Mine is the Sony Triniton. Okay.
Get the fuck
Finally
out.
Getting the real shit done in this show, guys.
The fuck's wrong
Took
with
us
you?
58 episodes. We finally got the real answers.
Interrupted David for that.
You can add one character to the new Smash Brothers game. Who do you put in?
Oh man, I probably should have been thinking about this beforehand. So I'm gonna let somebody who has a more prepared answer go for it. Johnny or David Weiland, you guys got things in mind?
What restrictions are there to adding this character?
Video game character.
Nice.
Has
Chewbacca
been in a video game?
Damn it, John.
Not in a fighting game. See, for Smash Brothers, my wish list really, I would like Snake to return because he was my dude in Brawl.
He was cool.
And then I was hoping for another Namco representative when they kind of partnered with Namco to make Smash Brothers 3DS and Wii U. They got Pac-Man in there, but quite frankly, I was hoping for somebody from the Soul Calibur series or somebody from the Tekken series because I think King would be really fucking cool as a Smash Brothers fighter, as a fucking Mexican Jaguar wrestler, and like there's not a lot of guys that do like. I mean, there's probably not a whole lot of ways to do a grapple-heavy character in Smash Brothers, but whatever. I think they need to give it a shot. I think King needs to enter the Iron Arena of Smash Brothers, show them what's up. Fuck Heihachi, fuck the mascots. I want some weird down the line guys. Actually, now that I think about it, King's in every Tekken game. He's practically a mascot. Whatever. King for Tekken. Yeah, that's my vote.
You know who we like, who just always gets left behind in games that makes me really fucking sad, is Toad. Like, Toad has not been in like any Smash Bros. Except for like as like Princess Peach's like side move.
He's been in almost all the Smash Brothers.
Yeah, but that's like a fucking like meat shield though. It's kind of bullshit because like
it's really sad.
He's been a main character since like Mario 2.
Yep. I love it.
So it's like, okay, like let's not put him in. Let's instead put Waluigi in the roster. Like fuck you guys.
Waluigi is not in the roster, and he will never be in the roster.
I mean, for like any of the sports games and shit too. It's like we got like an established character, and it's like, what if we make up a new guy with a stupid mustache?
Well, was Toad really going to be Wario's doubles partner in Mario Tennis? I think.
He might.
Terrible team.
So I've been thinking about it, and.
Chewbacca
started as a joke, but the more I think about it, the better it gets. Like, that'd be so dope.
It's pretty good.
That'd be really great.
got his bowcaster. He's fucking super strong.
Oh yeah, his assist trophy, whatever thing, could be like the Millennium Falcon comes in. And
I was gonna say, what would his final smash be?
His final smash is Han Solo dies and he cries and shoots a guy in the gut.
Perfect. Yeah, he gets extra. He gets like a buff from seeing Han Solo die.
Spoilers.
So, David Fleming,
Super Chewbacca and gets like yellow, like spiky hair.
Boo! No.
Super
Flies on the screen going like.
David, you asked the question. Did you have an answer?
I did have an answer, and I also feel most confident that this is the character out of all selected that will get in it.
Chewbacca.
I want an Inkling.
Inkling.
I mean,
right.
I was gonna say, like, because Splatoon has exploded, and there's no way that an Inkling is not going to be in the next Smash Brothers game.
Well, they already got him as like Mii fighter costumes. I'm pretty sure that's enough. Anyway,
I think it's entirely possible.
You couldn't let it go. You couldn't let me have my character.
I'll give you 10 seconds of a pleasant thought. Anyway, yeah.
It might entirely be possible, and I'd kind of love this because it'd be so fucked up. Is Isaac from The Binding of Isaac being in a Smash Brothers game? It's just like a naked crying baby that's been abused as like a Smash Brothers character. He's fucking weird as shit.
So here's my idea. All right, you're Chewbacca. And just spam the taunt button because the taunt would just be like his yell. It'd be so sweet. Just like 3 minutes.
Three different taunts. There's
shit! His alternate skins could be his family from the holiday special. We can get like Itchy and Lumpy in there. I'm sold, man. I'm gonna buy a Switch just for this.
His final smash is just like 5 minutes of the Star Wars Christmas special, like a random 5-minute clip.
His final smash is just the very opening where it's his wife making cookies and just talking in Wookiee language for like 10 minutes.
And you immediately win just because everybody else is playing with you, leaves the room, and goes and does something else. Like, fuck this.
Yeah, it's a classic.
It's like a much longer, less funny version of Peach's final smash where everyone just falls asleep.
God damn it, John.
You're just upset because
I'm actually totally sold on this. If they do this shit, I'm buying a Switch.
You're just upset because I have
to final smash the discussion. Like,
I figured you were gonna go with like Mighty Armadillo or somebody.
No, John is just upset because that's the best character and he knows it. Like, that's hands
it's
down.
A great fucking idea.
And he's just upset that he didn't come up with it.
Damn it. I'm sorry. Now all I'm thinking about is goddamn Chewbacca.
Yeah.
David, anything else on Super Smash Brothers?
Super Smash Brothers 3DS. It's a good game. It's got a great soundtrack.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah. Fantastic. Thanks a lot, John. Let's start the calculating computer.
God, I hope it starts.
Calculating computer activated.
Okay.
Computers. Beeps. Boops.
Damn it, John.
Scoring
Appropriate.
complete.
Very appropriate.
Oh, come on.
This game's winner.
Nope. Hold on.
This game's winner is... John Harrington.
Hey!
Yeah.
Fantastic. Cool. Man, I haven't won a game and had it mean something in so long. I forgot. Forgot how great this can be. Oh man. Man, good game tonight, guys. A lot of fun.
A lot of Chewbacca.
Fuck off. I was just gonna say, fuck right off. Man, I almost forgot like what you do when you actually win a game. It's like, oh man, theme for next week.
The winner gets to pick a theme and play a bonus song.
You're right. I've got both of those things.
Guys, what I've done in like a long time though is a free play.
Yeah, I was thinking we could ease back into themes with a free play once we kick David Weiland off the show.
I almost said that when you were saying it's like, yeah, so we're going back to themes. We're not going to have a free play for a while unless John Regan wins.
Yeah. That would have been fucking great.
No, you know what my theme next week would have been if I won.
Star Wars games?
Games featuring Chewbacca.
God damn it.
It's sold. It's fucking sold,
man. How did you do this? How did you Chewbacca the show into the ground? What the fuck's wrong with you? So anyway, my theme for next week, to my knowledge, there is no game starring Chewbacca titled Chewbacca.
Okay, but John, just word advice, man. Let the Wookiee win.
Fuck off, David Wiley.
No, actually,
I'm trying to announce my theme.
David, even I'm done with Chewbacca at this point, David.
Yeah. So, I was thinking as I was picking Yoshi's Cookie this week, man, Yoshi's Cookie, what a weird spinoff. And, I wonder if anybody would give a fuck about that game if it weren't, if it didn't have Yoshi in the title. Because, even Yoshi's barely in the game. So I'm thinking, stop me if I lose you guys, some spin-off type games with a character's name in the title. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want Mario. I don't want Sonic. I don't want whoever PlayStation's, number one mascot is. But if it's a game that's, related to, another series and there's a character in the title, I want to have the game.
Okay, you realize that by canceling Mario, you just got rid of like half of the selection pool for this theme.
Well, I'm just saying, I don't, if Mario's name is in the title, I don't want it. If someone else from the Mario series is in the title, I want it.
I gotcha. I got.
It's a challenging theme. It's going to require a little...
but I'm saying that there's a shit ton of spin-offs with the name Mario in them.
Yeah. Don't want them.
There's a few without, though.
Exactly. It's a challenging theme. I want everybody to dig a little deep. Check their backlogs. Think about some other characters' games. Don't start announcing them right now because you'll give away the show. But yeah, it's gonna be. I think we'll come up with some fun stuff for next week's show. So yeah, great show tonight, guys. A lot of fun. Glad that we got to do a complete show. Back to the classic Game That Tune nonsense. 5 great games, a lot of great tunes, so much fucking bullshit. I love this show very much. I love you guys.
We have the same great nonsense, some new nonsense with the embedded chat starting this week. That was pretty fun.
Yes, exactly. So yeah, more incentive to watch live. You can see your comments up on the screen. It's good, man. It's real good. So follow us at all the places. We're on Twitter at GTT Pod. We're live every night, every Wednesday night on live every night. That's a new Patreon goal. Live every Wednesday, Facebook.com/GameThatTune, Twitch.tv/GameThatTune, YouTube. We're there. We're live on our Twitter profile via Periscope, and yeah, man, you can follow all of us on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at JGangsta187. Follow John Regan on Twitter at
JP Regan JR.
Yes, sir. Follow David Fleming at
DFD Fleming.
And follow David Weiland at
Aimless888.
Awesome. So yeah, man. Keeping my theme in mind for next week, I chose some tunes from a fantastic game from a spin-off series. We've already used it on the show, but the music's so good I had to bring it back. So I don't remember which song I chose, but it's from Wario Land Shake It. And it's great fucking tune. So peace out, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bit Trip Runner is copyright 2010 Gaijin Games. Yoshi's Cookie is copyright 1992 Nintendo of America Incorporated. Mischief Makers is copyright 1997 Treasure Company Limited and Nintendo. Pokemon Gold and Silver is copyright 2000 Nintendo of America Incorporated, Creatures Incorporated, and Game Freak Incorporated. Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS is copyright 2014 Nintendo of America Incorporated and HAL Laboratory Incorporated.